Hello everyone, a hearty welcome to Smiley Kidz channel. In this video, we are going to see the explanation of Class 9 Maths, Chapter 1, Number Systems, Exercise 1.2, Question number 1. So let's get started. Question number 1. State whether the following statements are true or false. Justify your answers. First one we have every irrational number is a real number. What are irrational numbers? The numbers which cannot be expressed in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q not equal to 0. All the irrational numbers are non-terminating and non-recurring. Then what are real numbers? Real numbers are those numbers which are the combination of both rational and irrational. That means real numbers consist of rational numbers and irrational numbers. Then we have every point on the number line is of the form root m, where m is a natural number. What are natural numbers? The numbers which start from 1, 2, 3 and so on are natural numbers. Natural numbers are also called the counting numbers. Then we have every real number is an irrational number. We have already seen real numbers are the collection of rational numbers and irrational numbers. And irrational numbers are those numbers which cannot be expressed in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q not equal to 0. And all of the irrational numbers are non-terminating and non-recurring. Let's see each one in detail. Statement 1. Every irrational number is a real number. What are irrational numbers? The numbers which cannot be expressed in the form of p by q, right? That means all the irrational numbers are non-terminating and non-recurring. So it says that every irrational number is a real number. Real number, I have already said, it's a combination of both rational and irrational. Now the question says that every irrational number is a real number. We have seen that real numbers are the combination of both rational and irrational. So irrational numbers are also the category of real numbers. So of course the statement is true because every irrational number is a real number. That means all the irrational numbers come under the category of real numbers. So let's write it. True, comma, every irrational number come under the collection of real numbers. You can also give an example. Root 2 is an irrational number as well as a real number. Hence, the statement is true because all the irrational numbers come under the category of real numbers. Let's say statement 2. Every point on the number line is of the form root m, where m is a natural number. Let's say this is the number line. In the center we have 0. To the right we have all the positive numbers. And to the left we have all the negative numbers. Here in the question, they said that root m, where m is a natural number. We know that natural numbers only consist of the positive numbers which start from 1. They don't consist of the negative numbers. Whereas on the number line we also have the negative numbers, right? So root m cannot always be a natural number. Let's write it. False, comma, no negative number can be a square root of any natural number. Then we have the third statement. Every real number is an irrational number. First, what are real numbers? The combination of rational and irrational numbers. And irrational numbers. So here the question says that every real number is an irrational number. Is it true? What are irrational numbers? The numbers which cannot be expressed in the form of p by q. But here they said that every real number is an irrational number. We know that real numbers also consist of rational numbers. Rational numbers cannot be irrational numbers, right? So every real number cannot be a irrational number. Whereas every irrational number can be a real number. Let's write it. False, comma, every irrational number is a real number. However, every real number is not irrational. Hence, the statement is false. For example, 16 is a real number but not an irrational number. Here, 16 can be expressed as 16 by 1, which is in the form of p by q. That is, it is a real number. Real number means it is a rational or an irrational. But here, 16 by 1 is a rational number as it can be expressed in the form of p by q. So, 16 is a real number, but it is not an irrational number. Because 16 can be expressed in the form of p by q, right? So it is a rational number but not an irrational number. Therefore, this statement is false. Every real number is not an irrational number, but every irrational number can be a real number. Hope you like this video. If you find this helpful, do like, share, comment, and for all the more updates on all the learning needs, subscribe our channel Smiley Kidz and click on the bell icon for all the updates. Thank you, friends.